Deputy Sherlock has 5 minutes.
Thank you, Ceann Comhairle. Ceann Comhairle, every time I walk into this chamber, I pass the statue of Thomas Davis, a fellow Mallow man, and a man who was famous for the quote, "Educate that you may be free." And this government, by its very actions in the last number of weeks, have sought to curb those freedoms. And when Davis spoke of freedom, he may have spoken in the context of political liberation, but he also spoke in the context of the freedom of ideas and the freedom of thought and of consciousness. And if we are to educate our children in this nation in the context that Davis spoke about, we must give them all the tools that we can. And this government, by its actions last week, has sought to limit those freedoms and limit the giving of those tools to those children, and for them, they should be ashamed of their actions. And when I look across the benches of this House, and when I look at certain members of the Green Party playing the Taig an dá Haomh and running with the hare and hunting with the hound, I say to them that if they are truly true to their political consciousness and their creed, they will vote with the Labour Party tonight, and they will vote for the children of the nation and for the proper education policy that we wish to see within this land. In speaking to this motion tonight at Ceann Comhairle, I wish to state that I speak for the school, specifically also for my constituency. I speak for the children of Ballyhooly National School. I speak for people in Carrigtwohill, in Fermoy, in Mercy National School in Cove. I speak for people in Middleton College, Gaelscoil Monastery na Coran, all people amongst many others who have made representations to me about the swingeing cutbacks that will be implemented and how they will adversely affect the day-to-day operations of their schools. There have been great strides, it must be admitted, have been made in many aspects of education over the last 10 years, not at a pace that we would wish to see. But I think it is wrong for any government to roll back those achievements in one fell swoop and send us headlong back into where we were in the 80s. That is not the mark of a nation that is making progress, and I urge this government to think hard about their actions. For if we are going to flourish as a nation, we must look to future generations, and the way we can flourish both socially and economically is by ensuring that every single child, bar none, has the best chance in life that they can have, and have an education system that is world class. And anything else is not what we want. What I would say is that this motion is a reasonable motion. It speaks to the genuine fears that the people of this country have about the way that they see this education system going, and the people beyond these walls who have shouted loudly, and thank God for their voices, and thank God they are outside these walls. What they're saying, and they are the people of this land, is they don't want to see their children treated this way, nor should the legislature treat their children that way. And we want to give them a fair chance and a fair opportunity, and that is what we seek to do through this very motion. Could I say to you that on Friday last, I was walking down the main street of my town in Mallow, and I was approached by transition year students from St. Mary's Secondary School. And they flocked around me and they said, "We're now entering our transition year. We won't be able to carry out many of the projects and aspirations that we had within our transition year that we would have liked to have done because of these cuts, and we're asking you to hear or let our voices be heard in Dáil Éireann when next you speak on this subject." I speak for those girls, and I speak for the aspirations that they have. I speak for the aspirations that I had when I was their age, for the educational opportunities that I had, which were limited because of the times I grew up in, which were the 80s. Don't send the education system back to the 80s. Let's think it forward, pay it forward, and think about the investment that you can make now and the payoffs that you will have in the long run as a result of your actions now. Thank you.